about employer brand, it used to be as few as 3 years ago that experts would say a company can sculpt its brand. But now with social media, with so many people discussing your brand, what it's like to work there, what your positive and negative features are, it's pretty much impossible for any company to manage its brand. The brand will be managed by people other than corporate leaders. So that might include employees, it could include ex-employees, people that just like or don't like your firm. So the question comes up is, with all our employees on social media, whether they do it at work or at home, should we help them be more effective in spreading our brand on social media? So my answer, of course, is yes. Well, yeah, you can let them do it randomly, but some guidance will definitely help them. You cannot assume they're media experts, and so that's your job in HR to say, I want them to be brand ambassadors. How can I make sure that they're effective at it? Now, you're not going to force them to do it, but if they want to do it, you want to help them. The first thing you want to do is guide them to the right social media sites. So if they want to talk to people about the product or talk to people about what it's like to work at your company, you don't want them on MySpace. So you want to guide them and say, look, the kind of people we're trying to recruit, build relationships with, the kind of people we're trying to attract are found on Facebook, or they're not found on Twitter, or they're found wherever the site, YouTube. So you guide them to the most effective media sites for referrals or for recruiting. Next, you help them with samples. So most people, when they do a profile, they don't do a particularly good job. But if you give them sample templates, so here's a good profile, here's a excellent profile, here's a bad profile, they can learn to see the difference. Now, you're not telling them what to put in their profile, you're just saying, if you have this kind of profile with this information, it'll have more impact. The same would be true with blogs. You know, what makes a good blog? What most people don't know. If you give them a template and say, here's a great blog, but here's an average blog, look what differentiates them. So give them some templates or guidelines so that they know what to write or what not to write. Next, sample messages. So if they're going to send tweets, what's inappropriate. So in my opinion, you shouldn't send job openings out in the tweet. So you would tell them that this is the kind of message you would send. Once in a while they're personal, once in a while they're business, but they're not ever job announcements. You want to provide them with stories. So we know from research that the most powerful way to get people engaged in a company or interested in a job is through stories. So we want to provide them with stories, and that means generally the company should have a story inventory. There should be an approach where an employee can find stories, short paragraph or 2-paragraph descriptions of something that happened, that when someone from the outside reads it on social media, they'll be really excited. List of do's and don'ts. So if you have had some mistakes or errors, you want to give them examples of things that you should do or don't. Again, advising them, not telling them. The world of social media is changing, so what's acceptable 1 week might not be acceptable 6 months later. But keep giving them guidelines and what to do and things to avoid. Last, I would suggest you offer to critique samples. So if someone says, I'll put together a blog, will you read it for me? Or I'll put together a YouTube video or something. In summary, should we allow other people to manage our brand? Well, that's a given. That's going to happen. Some people that we can influence but not control are our employees, so why not help them so that they know where to post, what kind of things to post, what kind of things they can do to enhance our image, but not force them, not to keep it authentic, to keep it from being corporate. You want to give them guidelines and guidance, but not tell them what to do. If they make a mistake, you don't want to ban people from social media. You want to guide them so that they'll get better. And soon you'll find that your employees like your company. There are many good things that they can find out about it. When they start posting videos, you might be afraid initially, but no, showing your company is real, showing it's authentic, showing people have problems but also have a lot of fun or do great work is very powerful. So leverage your employees, get them to help you build your brand image. They'll do it for free, they do it every day, and trying to get recruiters to build your brand image is not realistic. There aren't enough of them. So if you have thousands of employees, harness them to build your brand.